and hopefully that'll pop in. All right, we'll do our checklist grabby grab that says hit record on OBS. Hey, why not? Start recording. Let's turn on the intro. And we'll go to scene. Oh, yeah. We'll go to scene 2. We have scenes in OBS. Let's pause the background and hit our intro.
1 part bread, 1 part pill. This is the Bread Pill Weekly. You've been red pilled, now be the red pill.
All right. That's the last article of the day. Fail number 1. Let's go to the first article of the day. But before we read it, let's run through our checklist here. Alarm, hit stream, sound check, kind of done. How's YouTube doing over there? Do we even have a... Yeah, we're live.
Yes.
Let's just check that sound. Alarm, hit stream.
All right,
cool. Close that.
Did he pop out the chat?
Let's do... no, I'm hoping that Restream will have... Here, let me check. I'm helping out. Cool, that might solve a problem. Work is running a little late today. We won't talk about that much. Let's check the Foxhole chat real quick. I know we're live on YouTube, Facebook, DLive, and now Foxhole. Not in that order. Cut the... Oh, did you hear that? Oh. I thought it was off mic enough. Is Methods here? I called later. Filter dog 1 class. Okay. So checklist is complete. All right. So the links are theoretically in the description of everything. Oh, and let's get the background music back. I got to read the intro. G. Ross, your host, and your co-host.
Angular.
And I have already mentioned several times we're simulcasted. Hit those buttons, right? Each one has a different one. Red Pill on Foxhole. Lesser buttons on the other channels. You know, the bells, the notifications, and all that. We're here every Friday at 5:30. We'll talk at the end of the show about the other show we do on Sundays. And this is a... Oh, let me get the Discord on this screen. Oh, you see it there. We like to get to call... Oh.
1 part bread.
No.
Part pill.
It's not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. Here. Intro off transition. There we go.
Yeah.
We're Discord friendly. The one thing I can't figure out how to do, not Discord friendly. We're annoyed with what Discord did to Reasonable TV and others. I just don't only know how to do call-ins on Discord, and I can't hear the notifications when I'm streaming for whatever reason. So just kind of like and there's no limit to the call-ins. They can be anytime. We really want to just like get more opinions than just our own. So this is kind of a news weekend roundup. I'm just going to say right now, I hope you're over at Season Pixels. I watch him Monday through Thursday, and I have to catch the replay on Friday. This is our old YouTube time. So not much we could do about that. Let's see. It is time to get into the news story number 1. Always we do a Bible reading. First, in English Standard Version, Jeremiah 29:7. But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for in its welfare you will find your welfare. So, man, I'm thinking Foxhole centric. We're out on YouTube, Facebook, DLive, and Foxhole. So, for my Foxhole friends, you know, you've been seeking the welfare of where you're planted and trying to bloom where you're planted, surrounded by your neighbors for a year now, right? And you used to be on YouTube. You used to be on Facebook. I'm shadow banned on Facebook just horribly. I'd be surprised if anybody sees this. But it might leak through. Anyway, that's that tip. You ready for your first story? It's the one you linked to me.
Yep.
All right.
So essentially, this happened where there are two things in that entire 21-minute long video. It covers a lot of stuff, tech fails. Two things that could have started an entire war. They were easily able to be hacked. People were being hacked, like celebrities. Got a bunch of Bitcoin out of it. A couple people. They went to celebrity. They hacked into celebrities' accounts, and they basically posted messages saying that every 1,000 Bitcoin that was sent to them, they would get 2,000 Bitcoin back. Of course, 2,000 Bitcoin back did not happen. So they're put on trial. They only made it to want a quick buck, but still could have started a war. And another one, an alert on every single device in Hawaii was sent out about missile warning, and it took them 38 minutes to correct that.
Wow. My foxhole friends know a little bit about missile warnings around Hawaii, right? Don't we? Don't we? Right? All right. Is that enough for that story?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was hoping that this Restream plugin will automatically show all chat from all everywhere. I don't know. I have a separate window for the foxhole. I hope that wasn't a rookie mistake on my part, but that's how I set it up. Let's go to the next link. Sweden. This is from Reuters. Right. We try to go to like Reuters, AP, MSN, just all the news sites, CNN of a certain type. Let's just say it that way. So Sweden decides against recommending COVID vaccines for kids aged 5 to 11. That's a January 28th. I think they said something in here. Let me get my show notes because I thought that was an interesting. Heidi Patriot in the chat. First time. Smeeze. Thank you for checking us out. Yeah. Let me check my notes for the Swedish thing. No, I didn't have anything special. Just links, I think, are in the description. If I'll go check later, they'll be in the first comment if I mangled that. Using Restream seems like a really cool technology. I'll just follow up on that. So the links will be either in the description or the first comment or somewhere or something. Let's go to the next. This is something you may want to dig into. This is Project Veritas. I try usually to go into something that's a little more mainstream and accessible. At the time I dug this up, I couldn't find a way to get to something like that. But you can see the actual video, so you can verify for yourself whether you think this is actually being said by that actual person, right? It takes a little bit of work. But what you'll find in here is just, I think, some interesting things to just consider listening, right? It's a person speaking. And they're not speaking in a vacuum. They know what today's climate is like. And they're just saying some stuff about maybe things that need to be improved, right? We could argue that at least.
Definitely.
Next up.
I do this.
Yeah, I related this to the COVID talk because now I saw more on this later. The war was continuing. I think MSNBC or someone had a trailer going on the bottom all day today or yesterday saying, battle. Everyone's kind of hammering Spotify saying, no, take Rogan down. This is a bit of an older article earlier in the week. But basically it was, you remember that song, Prince? He's like, do you want him or do you want me? Because I want you. Like, it was you got to pick him or me kind of duel with, and it wasn't thrown down by Joe Rogan. It was thrown down by at least Neil Young's controllers, or whatever you want to call whoever makes the decisions in that house. And apparently Spotify made the decision in favor of Joe Rogan, last I heard, and there was more pressure and blah, blah, blah. Let me check my notes. Joe Rogan. Okay. That was on the 26th. Now we go to the 25th. Oh, I'm going... What?
I can do this one.
You can do the next one. I forgot. I'm going backwards on COVID news. So I might just cut it off at a certain point if it just gets old, because it's like 4 days old. Yeah, you do this one. Can you read it?
Yes, the government has no place in making you or telling you to take the vaccine or threatening your livelihood if you don't.
And who said that?
Bill Shirley.
Yep. He's got a great name, Chumley. That's awesome.
Oh, I thought Shirley.
That's in South Carolina, so that's a proposed bill. Let me just go take a peek over at the chat. Man, I'm not getting any chat in the... I mean, it could just be no one's chatting, and that's fine when it's not required. I know it doesn't show me the foxhole. I'll just send a test anyway, just to see. Oh, that was to D Live and YouTube. It made it. So it doesn't make it to Facebook. That's okay. It doesn't make it to the restream. So it seems like, okay, so that tells me I can just go over and check Foxhole chat every now and then. No, yes, Snow Talk.
Wait,
All
no
right.
talk?
Snow Talk. No Talk and Snow Talk.
Yes.
All right, so this link is from the Federal Register. Let me remind myself what this is. Okay, yeah. This is where this was just kind of, I think this is the Biden administration's OSHA group just doing what they're supposed to. So after the Supreme Court made their decision, you just saw some documentation here, saying in wake of, make sure you follow it, blah, 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 blah. Kind of not news, but just watching it trickle out and get done and all that. Have you seen this?
No. White mass formation.
Well, that's the way Drew says it. Let me play. I'll just play a snippet of this. I don't know. I'll go like 5-10 seconds.
Get out. Do not touch me. I'm not touching you. Oh, did you just hit me? Did you just hit me? You just hit me. You just hit me.
So anyway, just sort of like hitting a innocent man of color, smack. I guess because they were nervous because maybe he didn't have a mask. I don't know. Just wanted to share that. Brazil on what day was this? January. Do you want to read that for us?
Yeah, child vaccination suspended after a 10-year-old girl receives a cardiac arrest hours after receiving Pfizer vaccine.
And I think if you dig down in the article, it says they found later she had an issue, kind of like a was going to be discovered if you. I just read the article. I think they're saying, it wasn't really the inoculation or the mRNA thing that they jammed in.
Yes.
Next. This is Fauci talking about, I'm not going to play it, just I'm a little nervous of copyright strikes. But basically, if you watch through, you'll see him say the third shot booster will give, meaning you got to the 2 series and then the booster, much greater durability of protection. We may need to boost again. So just sharing that recently, that was on January 23rd. Fauci is suggesting we may be moving to a 4th pokey poke COVID booster shots. Do you want to read it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, the COVID booster shots are apparently effective against severe illnesses from
Right. That's what the headline says.
Of course.
A couple of pull
CDC.
quotes. So a couple of pull quotes. Do I have them? Yeah. Well, I thought I did. if you just read the article, because below the headline, you'll see there's some groups and some sections where, bad prep on my part. Read it, though. It's funny. Oh, you might remember a week or two we were talking about pivoting the language. I think this was just more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, so the last one was... No, I didn't put notes on that. All right, enough of that.
So an NFL star, Aaron Rodgers, hits out Joe Biden over the COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Taunt.
So Biden threw out a kind of, hey, tell that quarterback to get a shot or something like that. Well, then they said, hey, what did you think about... he says some things. I heard the replay. Let me just... You want to read it?
Yeah. So when the President of the United States says this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, it's because him and his consultants, which
Constituents.
I don't know how constituents, which I don't know how there are any if you watch any of his attempts at public speaking, but I guess he got 81 million votes.
Said who?
Rogers.
So, quick question. What's a constituent?
Like, informants? I don't know.
It's a good guess from context. Political supporters?
Oh,
Usually voters in a context like this, or people that are kind of, I don't know, proponents or something.
yes.
Do you want me to read the next paragraph?
Sure.
Rogers continued, when you say stuff like that, and then you have the CDC, which, how do you even trust them? But when they come out and talk about 75% of the COVID deaths have at least four comorbidities, I have to say, I dug into that comorbidity thing, and I remember kind of thinking, if I remember right, the data got a little bit, it's kind of mushed, right? So you can kind of pull out a little bit of either strain that you want, last I checked.
Wait, what's a comorbidity?
Like diabetes. If you have COVID and diabetes, your chances are worse of having a good outcome.
Okay.
If you had COVID and asthma or COVID and obese, stuff like that. Anyway, Roger says a few more things. We'll leave it to you to watch or read. YouTube here. I think we're done with... No, we're not quite done with... We're at now a week ago almost. Barry Weiss, at some point recently on episode 1 of season 20 with Bill Maher, went off on a pretty long tirade. She recently resigned from the New York Times. We'll talk about that in a second. But, boom, there's Bill Maher. I mean, I guess maybe he didn't put it there.
More like
That's
Bill
probably what.
Nar.
Bill Maher. So here's Barry Weiss's link in the description, or I'll put it in the first comment if I mess that up. Her resignation letter from the New York Times. I didn't know who Barry Weiss was, and then I found out. Next up, here's some...
The New
we'll play
York
it.
Nazis make multiple arrests at the Museum of Natural History in New York, including a child.
We'll just skip
Make sure to
forward.
follow them. Follow J-Lo.
So I think that's the mask protesters. They go around New York not wearing masks. You'll see there's one guy in here. You'll see he's gotten caught at like a cheesecake factory or other places. Nazis is an editorial of setting brush fires. We're not claiming they're Nazis. Not saying they're not, just not saying they are. Put this link in the description, or I will in the first comment. She goes on a pretty good long tirade too, and her two co-hosts or interviewers or whatever are just like, huh? You know, and she's just kind of thinking things through. Where are we now? I think we're done. We're now going to supply lines.
Ooh, everybody loves their supply lines.
Oh, I forgot this one. Last one. If you live in New Hampshire, you can support your lawmakers who are trying to keep your pharmacists from telling your doctors not to prescribe you stuff. I don't know who has more education about healing their patient and experience. The
The
doctor who
doctor.
knows the patient, or the 2 a.m. I'll fill your things for you pharmacist at CVS. I don't know.
It's a tough call, but I'm pretty sure the doctor who went through like 12 years of med school, I think he just might barely know a bit more. It sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure the doctor
Nice
knows
sarcasm.
more.
Let's check the chat. It's been a while since I popped over there.
Chat? What?
Chat.
I can't read what they're saying. I'm like, I don't know about
D Patriot 7076 asks, "How old are you?" Do you want to answer? Do you want to doctor your age?
11.
11. Yep, about 11 and a half. Yeah, we kind of thought. I was like, I haven't seen a lot of 11-year-olds broadcasting on Foxhole. So we're doing it as, we're doing it together. If you add him and my age, we average to 32. That's just freakish that I'm that old. Let me see if... Oh, let's see how there are no call-ins. Do we still have the call-in information on the screen? I should check that. Do I really?
Yes. Yeah,
I do. Impossible to read, but it's on there. And I guess no chat in DLive or YouTube. I doubt that. So I'm just going to run over. I'll check on the live screen that we're using so that it's not entirely boring. Let's just see if it's really true. DLive can be pretty quiet, right? Like, that's mostly stickers is what I've seen.
What?
It's really true.
Oh, hell no,
DLive
yeah,
can
we
be
have,
pretty quiet, right?
yeah,
Like,
it's just my test.
That's
All
mostly... That's not much delay. Let's check YouTube, and I will pop those comments out. You bring up a solid. Your channel, live, pause, pop out. Just because I don't know to trust what you call it yet. Do we have any viewers? 1, 0, something? All
Two
right.
viewers.
2 viewers.
One for, no, we have one viewer. There's this man right here watching his own stream.
Well, I got to remember the scratching. Help me remember the scratching when we get towards the end. Oh, this is the first time Bread Pill Weekly has been on the Foxhole. I don't know if I mentioned that. Oh, new camera. This is new camera also. New camera day.
Camera, we should look actually pretty passable for human beings now.
Yeah. You want to read one?
So, U.S. to require truckers crossing U.S. border to be fully vaccinated starting in January. Wait, didn't they already do that?
Yeah, maybe. I call this section Your Supply Line and You.
Yep.
Would this kind of thing improve our supply lines, keep them the same, or possibly impact them? We'll find out.
Impact negatively.
Maybe.
Probably.
Okay, fair. Let's go to the next one.
Joe Biden.
Do you want to read?
GoFundMe withholding $47 million from a trucker convoy until plan presented.
Fake news. 4.7, not 47.
4.7, right. Sorry.
Now, I think that got released. I did not really follow up on this. I think they ended up releasing that. Today I was hearing that it was 42 miles long of a convoy, 50,000 trucks. I think I've got two kinds of audiences watching this, perhaps. One might say, nah. And the other ones are like, yaha. We're bringing, I like to think of us as daywalkers. Let me see if any of my Facebook friends are watching. Let me just do that. Yeah, let's go over here. Would it have comments? It's hard to say.
Yes.
We're bringing, I like to think. Oh, wow, it's transcribing as we go. That's freakish.
Yes.
It's typing what I'm saying. What was that from?
Star Trek.
We were watching, what was the name of the episode?
Stop it! What I'm saying. Stop it! It's a Saturn V
Yeah.
episode where they're shooting a nuclear missile base into the air, and it would have been a great show, except it wasn't.
So it was Gary 7, the supposed spinoff that was going to have Terry Garr and some dude. D Patriot 1776 gifted the cookie. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to get some cool graphics for that.
Oh, yeah. We need to work on that.
Once they're 14. Yeah, classical chick. You're absolutely right. They had, so that's an awesome question. Let's break from the program and answer that question real quick. Are you homeschooled?
No.
Do you want to be?
No.
I think we're blessed. We have a pretty decent school district here and kind of decent local schools in the district. And I mean, I'll watch them like a hawk. I will instantly if need be. But did you swear?
No.
I read that different classical chick. Oh man, you can see where you said 14. He's only 11. Don't age him for me. What did you swear?
No.
Oh, you want to get so classical? Are you saying you want to get him out there a little bit? All of our church friends are watching. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
It's not because of church that you should or should not cuss. I fell right into a stereotype there. Next news story. Classical chick, thanks for derailing me. I love that. That's what we want. Oh, that makes me remember. Let's check the Discord. No callers. That's okay. I'm starting to learn. I think callers, I myself lurked for 10 months before I made a call on the Foxhole. And I only ever called like Mark Levin before that.
Yes.
Do you want to read?
So, yeah. A bridge in Pittsburgh collapses hours before scheduled Biden visit to talk infrastructure.
It's kind of not when you want a bridge to explode, right?
Is it just me? Or does someone see a bit of irony?
Don't blow out the mic. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I'm sure bridges collapsed when other presidents were president.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? Oh, this one's fascinating, I think. Note that we got MSNBC here. I like to try to get you links from acceptable sources
Quote
for the
unquote.
type of news selections that we're making to speed the way. Yes, Smeeze17 brings up, it is Christian to use colorful language. I'm thinking that Paul gets pretty descriptive and assertive at times.
Yes.
Oh, classical chick. Yeah. It's people have been talking about that a little bit more. Like I saw last night or the night before, people were like, what's sort of the age rules? I guess we're getting a little blue or a little... Foxhole has been usually a pretty clean crowd.
Yeah. I mean, half the people at my school I know will at least say some, if not all, of the curse words.
Yeah.
Then pretty much all of them use like substitutes or like almost say them.
Right. I got you. Oh, let me check work real quick. They were having a bit...
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Let me ask. Did you escape yet? Person? Undoxed person? All right. So, what you'll see if you dig through this, again, links in the description, I hope. If not, they're in the first comment. I'll put them somewhere if I messed up.
Yes.
You basically see, as you read through this link, that Hannity via McEnany were working together to just, hey, put the election talk behind you, you know? And what's interesting about this is there seemed to be emerging from this, because if you remember during that's not exactly the attitude I would say Hannity was holding. So, little disingenuous or forked tongue. I don't know how deep you'd want to go with it. Are we going to bash Hannity for a little while here? Probably have, I hope, have a few of my friends that may watch Hannity. Just please know that. But some of my friends that might watch Hannity might not really mind Hannity's opinion. Anyway, it caught other groups of my friends. I'll remain neutral maybe for now. Kind of like, I knew that. I knew Hannity was like that.
You only have to be neutral for 1 more minute, then we switch to just Foxhole.
Well, I was thinking about that, but what I really need to do is, we'll go do a little more news, and then we might just do a little after party at Foxhole. We're up against Belushi's coming on soon, Season Pixels, Red Pill 78, Reasonable TV. I'm probably gonna. Do you want to join a call to Reasonable TV tonight?
Yeah.
I call them every other week, ish. Anyway. The reason I have this on the screen, so D-Live had the replay somewhere. So wanted to promote Reasonable TV specifically because we hopped on to January 21's friggin' talk about substitute curse words, friggin' Friday night show. And we just called in and I was like, hey, you know, you end up doing what you look at, right? You look at what you're interested in, and then you end up mimicking. And so after years of watching Craig, I was like, and my kiddo here said, when are we going to do our show? I'm like, we're doing it. So that's what now 3 weeks and a day ago we got started. And so I was mentioning that, and I was like, I don't want to. He's like, well, mention the name of the show. So I mentioned it, and then he just put a boatload of screen time and, you know, kind of mentioned it and did a callback to it later. And Brad kind of discussed a little bit of the name of the title, and we had a good call. So I wanted to return the favor. I probably got, 10 or 20 new exposures from Reasonable TV. He might get one from here. I don't know. But go check him out. He's got a link tree. Craig Mason. Used to be on YouTube until the purging.
The Great Purge.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't it at least 4 weeks ago? Because this is episode 4.
Well, I called in like a week ago, and I mentioned Bread Pill Weekly, and we had already had episode 2. No, we had done episode 3. That was a week ago. So anyway, the D-Live replays only upstay like a week. And his play of this one only plays like a minute or two, so it didn't get the whole thing. So I can't show you us on Reasonable TV, but I can tell you that it happened and promote.
Oh yeah.
State of Wisconsin Assembly Joint Resolution.
Insert elevator music here.
All right. I gotta check my notes and see what this was for and about. Where are we? This is Legis, Wisconsin. Here we go. This is under the January 6th section. What's the point here? This is what Speaker Voss now has. What is this under? I don't know. Maybe I didn't miscategorize this. But anyway, Speaker Voss in Wisconsin about 3-4 days ago got this. It was a resolution to reclaim electors. It's got many more hurdles to go. This is just like pre-committee stuff. Just wanted to draw your attention to it.
My attention has been drawn.
Oh, you can watch the video. That link will be in the description. U.S. politics. Just have one article in this section. Apparently, something could make the Breyer replacement a little slow and sticky. There's an article for you about that. In the immigration department, we just have one.
So, Malioktecus.
Mm-hmm.
Malioktecus, is that a country?
She's in the District of New York.
So, Malioktecus, District of New York. I'm probably butchering that name. I'm just going to call her Mally.
She's a full-on congresswoman, New York 11. District 11.
Yeah. So, Mally, can you spell it?
Malotakis.
And I'm just gonna call him.
Probably from Astoria. I gotta check where New York 11 is. I just profiled. What? Yeah, I can't hear you. I have isolation headphones on. Oh, you can. Yeah, you can say that on mic.
Oh, yeah. So Mally introduces Crime Doesn't Fly Act.
Yep. So what this is she wants to introduce legislation that says you cannot use as an ID your own illegal immigration arrest warrant. For some reason, she thinks you shouldn't be able to use that to board an airplane. I don't know. Does that seem logical? You came into the country illegally. You have a form. Was it the I-200? I think it's the I-200. And you don't have an ID, but you show your I-200, and the TSE is like, oh yeah, you can use that. Let's see. This might be listed here. Did see it on another thing. So anyway, for some reason, your arrest warrant can no longer be used as a identification.
That's essentially saying like
being
pulling
sarcastic.
up a cop ticket and going like, ooh.
I should be allowed to drive fast. Here's my speeding ticket. You haven't seen this yet, have you? I'm not going to read it.
As United States Army soldier, President Biden says you have a sacred obligation to protect which border. Personally, I would go for Mexico because I don't speak Ukrainian or Russian.
Right.
And it's also weird to like be in Ukraine.
Why do I have dirt bike adventures in this? Oh, because it played all the way through. Hang on. No. Why do I have dirt bike adventures in the snow? I don't even know what that's from.
Dirt biking is fun, especially in the snow.
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate all the people who dirt bike in the snow?
Let's do it.
A moment of silence.
Why do I meant... Oh. So I meant to put this. I don't know how that happened. This is our public service. It's 4 days old. If you're in the Ukraine, you're being told by Jen Chucky to leave now. Now, I want to give the other side. I know broadcasters who know people in Ukraine, and I know somebody who frequently goes to Ukraine, myself, and I had lunch with him today, and he said nobody's on the ground worried. They're just not. It's just all posturing. You make your own decision if you living in the Ukraine.
Hmm? Personally, I'd go like to France or something. So the House of Republicans demand release of the Biden Zelensky transcript. Yes. Wait, transcript.
This was earlier today. The reason we have this link here is let's do a quiz. In any chat, who remembers the last time Congress demanded a transcript release from their opposing party's president talking with the president of Ukraine? I know we'll have a competition. Which of the three chats I can read? Gee, Ross, man, I really want to get to know English. Yeah. Classical Chick is saying, must hang. Foxhole fam. Get to know Angular. Angular. I mispronounced it. Angular. Mo better.
Angular.
So Classical Chick, I hang out a lot of times these days in TikTok. All the time in Belushi Lounge. I love going to Red Pill 78 frequently, 412 almost every day, Drunk Pinata almost every day. Those are the main ones. I'm sure I left something out. So the question is, does anybody remember a former president who was hounded by their opposing House members demanding a release of their and the Ukraine president's transcript? Q&A holes, hey. Let me see if there's any callers. No. And no chat that I can see. It's probably enough of that.
Well, it's just Jeopardy music.
I know. I'm getting... Anyway, the answer is Trump. Trump was hounded to say, release the transcript, Mr. President. So, turnabout.
Ooh.
There's a lot deeper there. But we're on YouTube right now. We're on Facebook right now. We're trying to tease y'all over to DLive and Foxhole, honestly. That's why we're on 4 channels right now. Okay.
Come on,
This this title absolutely matches what went down. It's fun to watch this interview. It's more fun to watch 412 on Monday and Tuesday comment on this, or whatever days he was commenting. Not going to play the video because I'm all nervous about copyright strikes, but link is going to be in the description or the first comment or something. You've all seen this. Oh, no, this is a different one. Let's see. Which one is this? This is... which one is this? This is... Oh, this is from the Freudian Slip Department. What day is this from? This is from January 21. Listen, to be fair, this could simply be a Freudian slip. But if you watch this video, you'll see that she accidentally says, you know, working for Obama. I mean, I can kind of see that. I mean, I can see the slip. It's not, it doesn't prove anything, but it's funny. Do you want to read one?
What if it's not a slip?
No, this one's funny. You have to use a substitute word.
Joe Biden calls reporter a stupid son of a
Beep.
thing
So-
shall not be named.
I got to tell you, I'm trying not to comment on this show too much about direct opinion on the abilities of certain free world occupiers of the seat that leads.
Well, I really don't think you should be calling your generous
it was
cameraman.
No, he's
cameraman.
Peter Ducey. He's Mike Ducey or somebody's son. Long time second gen press guy. He's great. Not a camera guy.
Yeah, I still don't think you should
Yeah,
be
no,
calling
you shouldn't.
anybody a
But I gotta tell you,
stupid son of
no,
a-
obviously, as the person sitting where he sits, shouldn't do that. But it's one of the most human and hilarious things I've seen him do. My sister and I were talking. We both thought it was hilarious.
Maybe he's not a lizard after all.
A lizard? You can't prove that. I didn't put it on here, but his human makeup mask thing that like this part came off. You could see the lizard nose underneath the other day. It was crazy. Yeah, we're going to lizards. That's how. So I'm just trying to get banned off Facebook and YouTube, right? Yeah. Biden's a lizard. This is from the Hansel and Gretel department, and we're just going to talk about she's had been on trial for trafficking minors. Just pointing out that she's no longer going to fight to keep the sealed records on who the John Does were, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. The court could still, as you see just in the headline, still decide, but that CNN link is in the description.
Yes.
Did you hear
go
about
watch
this?
The monkeys escape after crash near Danville.
Yep. I'm going to
Monkey.
check my work chat while... We can talk Monday about how to plan. Today was a bad storm overall. Okay. I gotta tell you, so far, and it's been a couple days since I'm not a super digger, like a person that digs, like 4chan, 8chan. I get kind of glassy-eyed and bored after like the first numerology, adding up and reducing the numbers. I'm just like, But
Looks like.
I can kind of spot. I'm not going to say who may be a crisis actor that got pink eye from the thing. I just don't buy all of this story. But it is straight up Outbreak, like straight up the book and the movie. Anyway, they're trotting that out. Listen, I thought the aliens were next. I thought the space aliens were next. When can we have the space aliens? We've been planning for that for years.
The U.S. officially made by Trump has a plan for the military in case aliens invade.
Well, you should not have a plan. Yeah, classical chick, going back to your chat, that was where if you play the link, since we're on YouTube and Facebook, I'm not going to play it. But yeah, she goes, working for Biden. I mean, no, she goes, working for Obama. I mean, it could be an innocent slip of the tongue. It really could.
Obama was like...
I really want to play this. This is news. Can I play this? This is hilarious. I'll play it without the sound. Oh, he already did it. So this is Breyer. He's announcing Breyer. He took his mask off to talk. Breyer is sitting just to his right, screen left. Watch this. It's so funny. Worst last day in the office ever. All right.
I
Anyway,
feel bad for that guy.
do you know who that is?
No.
I don't expect you'd know just from seeing him. One of the quietest in terms of like public sphere, like just knowing the name. That's Justice Breyer on the Supreme Court for the last 25, 30 years.
Oh.
I think about that long. He's retiring or announced his soon retirement. Did you know that you can track homicides in Chicago with all these graphs? This is a serious topic.
Look at this graph.
But heyjackass.com. Hey Jack.
Anus.
Jack.
Jackanus.
So this is a serious topic. I hear about it all the time. I thought I'd check it out. And more sad news. This will actually end our news links.
Womp womp.
I'm not happy to report.
Hattiesville Mayor Kevin Ward
Hyattsville
passed away.
Maryland.
Last saw him as he worked to expand vaccine available and create more affording housing in his community. It's always sad when people die,
It is.
especially great people.
It's a curse. So it's from the fall, right? And it's wrong. We obviously got to move forward, but when Jesus arrived on the scene and they had lost Lazarus, he extremely cried. He openly wept, like in the street, like hardcore, just joined them in the weeping. Let's check the chat. So we're coming around the bend towards the end of the show. Got a couple things to mention. We start here at 5:30 on Fridays. If I'm ever really having to stick it out at work, co-host will take over, and maybe co-host mom will co-host or be off screen producer mode.
Angular.
Let me check so we're in a little less of a hurry. We were trying to package a 30-minute show. Now it's a 50-minute show. We want to thank subscribers. We got quite a handful from the Reasonable TV bump last week. And I want to show you all. This is not the tag at the end of this show, so we'll be right back. I want to show you as an advertisement for the Sunday night show. And I think that's a pretty good time slot that doesn't really compete with as many things as Friday at 5:30 Central does. Let me play the intro to episode 2. We did episode 1 last week. So starting with episode 2, we'll have, again, this is not, let's see, I think this is it. Oh. Here we go.
Oopsie, we just made ourselves gigantic.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Epistemology for Fun and Profit, where woo meets goo, exclusively on the foxhole.app.
So You'll see. Why does it zoom in like that? Like, no, that's not what I want. Why does it? No.
Hello, and
So I have
welcome
to
to
do
another
that.
episode.
That. Why? No. Off.
Yeah.
Transition. There we go.
That's what I was about.
I'm a little confused about that. Anyway, that's kind of an advertisement for the Sunday night at 11:30 Central show. Let me go to Foxhole. Just want to check.
What was that?
What? This is a weird noise I made. Why is the Foxhole not looking the way I want it to? Okay.
Yeah.
Transition. There we go.
That's what I was
All right.
about
I'm a little
checking.
confused about that. Anyway, that's kind of an... Sorry. If I'm reading this right, I don't think we know the lurker quantity. How do you... I can't tell how many... Maybe 0 people are in here. It says live. Well, that's how many have swung by. Anyway, I was going to kind of hang out for a minute. Let's see what the list says to do. It says to run the outro. That's all that's left.
Wait,
All right. Are you tired?
Yeah, we have
Can
an
you go
outro
to sleep?
now?
Huh?
I don't need to go to sleep, but we have an outro now?
No, it's just the intro. I just run it again. Get bin sound going. YouTube. So, what is epistemology for fun and profit? It is... Well, the first episode last Sunday, we talked about non-monism versus non-dualism. What do I have planned for this week? Let's check. You'd think I would know. Let's check the notes. Day after tomorrow, gonna hit Immanuel Kant. Maybe not hit him directly, but I kind of want to.
You're gonna slap him.
I'm gonna land with a note about his name. Let's see what else we're gonna do. We're working to get a guest. I won't say who. Super excited if we get it to happen. Who knows when it'll be. Gonna refer a little bit to copyright law, patterns within patterns. I don't even remember what that was. QT Pie 9 hat tip got me onto the Delphi technique. That was scary. Might start a little bit of a dig into, if nobody's done it already, maybe somebody has, I'll have to check. Is Mary Poppins an MK Ultra movie? Maybe. Might mention Serial Brain 2. Probably going to read Matthew 24, verse 41. Going to talk a little bit about printing. Some old posts from you know who. We might talk about my visit to Egypt. And that's about it. That's what I've got in the notes, the show notes for epistemology for fun and profit. All right, let's run the outro and call it a show. We'll see you here next week.
Yeah.
We'll see you here Sunday and likely midweek. I just can't contain myself. I'll hop on. Oh, is there any scratching to release needs? Let me stop streaming on the channels that are just going to be bored by that discussion. And then we'll talk about scratching because I'm just a fan of the scratching.
Scratching?
Yep. Oh, thank you for the 400 gold pills all told. Release the scratching. See if there's anybody left. That's maybe a good way to find out.
Release the scratching.
Release the scratching.
Release the scratching.
Waiting for this. Okay, I'll turn the music back on. We're waiting for the scratching.
Turn on elevator music.
Yeah, no doubt. Maybe there is no one. The scratching is not. There we go. No. Quite delay. Oh, there we go. I'm scratching. Ooh, I got gold pills. name. All right, we'll run the outro. If I can find it.
1 part bread, 1 part pill. This is the Bread Pill Weekly. You've been red pilled, now be the red pill.
Do it.
So I did see how to see the lurkers. Let's go to scene 1.
1 part bread,
No.
1 part
Why
pill.
do I keep doing that? We need a better background than that. What shall it be? Goo. Images. Why can't it? What? Goop. Come on, give me some images. That's Yannick. I mean, come on. I should never Google goop in my life again. Black goo. All right, this will be our background.
Wait, shouldn't our background be the bread pill?
Well, yeah, but we're in the after show now. We've done broadcasting everywhere. Are we done broadcasting everywhere except for the good place?